Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Kings. My name is Matt, and it's a pleasure to have you guys back on the channel today. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about a sort of conspiracy theory that really isn't. And this is whether or not Elon Musk actually wanted to crash Dogecoin and Bitcoin to buy back in himself, as well as perhaps a few other very, very wealthy people catching on to this as well. So if you guys don't know what this is, what I'm looking at here is a list of all of the richest Dogecoin holders. These are the addresses that have the absolute most amount of Dogecoin. Now, if you look, you'll notice that the majority of people have somewhere between 1 and 1,000 Doge. Even 1 in 10,000, let's say. This in total makes up, well over half the amount of Dogecoin holders. But there are some people who own a real lot. Like a real lot, over 100 million shares of Doge. There are definitely a good amount of billionaires on here. This entire list is loaded with billionaires. Now, their behaviors are obviously very, very important because you get a rough idea of trends in the Dogecoin scene, and you get an idea of trends in that really wealthy people are following. Now, if you look at the price of Doge, it has been absolutely pitiful since really SNL. Since SNL, if you look at the date here for it, it was the night of May 8th, and it just absolutely tanks. Catastrophic tank. Now, the question is, when will the price eventually consolidate? When will we start seeing an uptrend again? And really, the question revolves around, when do people who are really wealthy see this as a good entry point? When do those people see this as a good time to get in and start making some purchases? Now, Bitcoin, if we look at this chart, we get kind of the same thing, and I'm always going to put the dark theme on here so it's not horrible on your eyes. But Bitcoin, again, the same kind of thing. He tweets that Tesla would no longer be accepting Bitcoin, and boom, you see this just absolutely tremendous crash, absolutely awful, all the way down from around 55,000 down to around 46,000, and it's just been moving its way down ever since. Now, I think that a good sort of support line here is roughly 47, as if you'll notice here, it quickly bounces back up, and same thing here, it's kind of waging a little battle here at 48. I don't think it's getting much lower than that, to be honest with you, and again, even if you look at the previous lowest point here, again, a little over 47, so I don't see it getting much lower than that. Obviously, if you were to draw one big kind of resistance line, I don't really see anything lower than that. But the question does rise, when are rich people entering these coins? When is it a good time? And is Elon Musk actually entering during this time as well? Now there's no way to really confirm 100% what his address is, what how much he's buying it, and anytime 100%, because this investment is kind of distributed across Tesla. But you can look at when a lot of other rich people are investing. So what this is here is a list of the richest, of course, Dogecoin addresses. These people, as you can see, the richest guy here having $13 billion in Dogecoin. Now, if you look at really the time that it matters, this fella here bought in 2019. A lot of these guys bought in 2014. Really, 2014 is the big time. I could assume a lot of these are either devs or people who got in the project really early. So these people definitely saw this as a good entry point. But what's amazing is you want to look really at these columns here, the last in and the last out. The last in is the last time that they bought, that the coins were added into their address. And then the last out is the last time they sold. Now, let's talk a little bit about SNL, right? SNL was on May 9th, but actually, you'd start with May 8th. Now, you see one of these whales here ended up buying on the 8th, so that's interesting. Another whale here ended up buying on the 8th as well, and a third and a fourth. So that's a good amount, probably buying in anticipation. Now, of course, these whales were probably wrong because they didn't believe that it would crash, and that's to be expected. I mean, it was kind of a 50-50, right? Whether or not it was going to shoot all the way up to $1, or if it was going to go crash. But the majority of them saw that the 9th would be a good date to get out of it because they thought it was going to crash. So we have one whale here, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of these people saw this as a good day to sell, which is pretty crazy. And you also see a good amount selling today on the 13th. If you look here, you see a lot actually selling on the 13th, but you also have a lot that are buying on the 13th. So that's a little bit harder to make an assessment on. But the question is, all of these people here who sold on the 8th and the 9th made a very good call. because of course, as low as it is here, as sad as it is to see Bitcoin or Dogecoin around this price, it's even sadder to see it somewhere around this price, isn't it? So those people had the hunch to get out. Now, if you look at Bitcoin, you can kind of do the same thing here with Bitcoin. You can go and look at all of the people here. You look at the richest, the top 100 richest Bitcoin holders, and if you want to look at how many of them are selling today, funny enough, with Bitcoin, you only have one who sold today. You only have one person who sold Bitcoin, which is pretty crazy today. How about on? Well, that's this on the 9th. I apologize. If we look at today, yeah, you have a lot more, but the majority of them are buying. So it's just interesting, definitely trying to get familiar with their habits, because with Bitcoin, it's definitely very different. With Bitcoin, it looks like the majority of billionaires see this as a good entry point. They see this as a good time to enter because they have faith in the market and they have faith in it, obviously, rebounding. So that's very interesting. So Doge and Bitcoin have sort of a different trend going on here. But the main thing is whether or not, these whales see this as a good time to buy or not. So again, if you go here and you search the 13th, again, you're seeing a lot of selling, yes, but you're also seeing a lot of buying as well. So the question is, did Elon Musk do this on purpose? Did he know that the price would tank and then decide, hey, this is a good time to enter? Maybe some other billionaires who were maybe either associated with him or maybe, also, very, very wealthy investors in wealthy, investing circles. Did other billionaires know that, this would be a good time to buy Dogecoin? Did they know that on the 9th that this would be a good time to re-enter? And again, it seems that there were definitely some inclinations that this coin was going to crash very, very far, and that they would be able to re-enter at a later date, like the 12th, where you see again some good entry points here on the 12th from a lot of billionaires. Again, 13th, same thing. You see a lot are entering today. A lot are entering, which is pretty crazy. And it leads to question, what is the goal here? I mean, and again, it's people have accused of market manipulation. I mean, in a way, yeah, it kind of feels like that in a way, doesn't it? Because it feels like he's able to tweet pretty much anything he likes, and whatever he tweets will have drastic effects on the market. Now, he knew that this would probably cause Doge to take a dip. Obviously knew that this would cause Bitcoin to take a dip. So the question is he using these points to rebuy? And I would say yes. I would say that in my guess that Elon Musk and people like Elon Musk who might be contributing to a sort of lowering of confidence in Bitcoin as an asset probably are using this as a time to buy. And you know what? I definitely do believe that Bitcoin will rebound. I'm not scared. I'm holding. I definitely am interested to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comments. Of course, are you guys holding the line? Are you guys getting out of it? You know what? To me, this is my personal opinion, not investment advice, of course. In my personal opinion, I feel like it would be foolish to sell Bitcoin now. I feel like this is a great time to buy. Don't think it's to get much lower than this. If you remember the little rise from 45K to 60K, that was started by Elon Musk. He basically made the rise. So you know what? If he made the rise, he could kind of make the fall, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it from a moral point of view. But he basically made this rise, and believe me, it takes one positive message, one positive bit of advice, and that trend should change very quickly in an upswing. So that being said, guys, thank you for listening. Again, if you guys want to get started buying cryptocurrency, if you guys want to buy Dogecoin or Bitcoin, if you use my links down below in the description, my Robinhood link for Doge and my Coinbase link for Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptos, you use my links down below in the description. We each get a bunch of free, not a bunch, but about $10 probably worth of free crypto. So better than nothing, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Join my Discord, link down below. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.